Hello everyone and welcome back to another One Piece Chris video. Today we're going to go up against the Omae days. We'll be going up against the 10-star Kizuna clash using two of the new rare recruits, the Cabin Kobe as well as the Doflamingo. Using some other characters here, very interesting. Crocodile Legend actually works really well against the Dex variant because he's also a 7 Warlords type character. So he works really well with the friend captain of Robin and Crocodile. He also provides an HP guard, which is very essential to make sure that we can survive the pain debuff we get. But we'll take a look at that when we get into the quest. Of course, we are running Robin and Crocodile as a friend captain. I know many people will not actually have these friend captains. Like for the first 48 hours, I had basically none of them. And I still have 0, bro. Oh my days. Naturally, I had quite a few of them earlier, but did quite a few of the 10-star runs. But this character is great. And while I do use these guys on the team, the Doflamingo and the Cabin Kobe, they really don't do much. It was actually more of a hassle to put them on the team. So there are definitely replacements that you could use. For instance, on this team, all that Cabin Kobe does is provide us with burn reduction in his special. And the burn isn't even that bad. But yeah, you do want to actually remove it because we do get a huge HP cut going into the final stage. And also, of course, you have to deal with the pain debuff. So you can't really be losing a lot of HP with the burn. But yeah, as I said, many other options for replacements. Many characters reduce burn. Kobe's also helpful in providing us with Dex orbs to get around the barrier. But I'm pretty sure Robin and Croc removes that anyways. They also lock the orbs, but honestly, as I said, not too important. Robin will remove the enemy's resilience. That's all she's there for. Beyond that, you can just kill the enemy. Start off in a Robin's form for type advantage. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. They have rainbow damage anyways. So Perona will 70% of our health completely void. The final stage, the super class of Crocodile, is important for providing the HP guard. As you see, we get a pain debuff. It is 4 turns. They want you to use double Robin and Crocodile, because one of them only reduces 3 turns. So they're slowly making it so that we can't just use a friend captain. Very annoying. Now, I do have Doflamingo here to remove the attack down. But I brought Chopper along because he's a great character for removing the attack down if you don't have Doflamingo. So literally all that Doflamingo is here for on the team is just damage. Now first things first, make sure you use the super class of Crocodile. That'll give you the 70% HP guard, reducing the 20k pain down to only 6k. Makes it very much survivable. Even if you aren't very confident in your HP, you can just use Chopper's special. That removes the rest of the attack down if you don't have Doflamingo. Also gives you a color affinity and a decent amount of healing. You can use Robin and Crocodile special to inflict the enemy with poison, which will make them remove their own damage nullification. And of course, the weakness is going to be even stronger now that we have the enemy increased damage taken from Doflamingo's special. Doflamingo also gives us a weakness conditional attack boost and an orb boost. With this, we have a very strong 2.75x attack boost, 2.25x conditional, 2.75x orb boost, a chain boundary, and a color affinity buff. We also have our super class for cerebrals. Also, don't forget that the enemy is weak to cerebral units, so all the characters who are cerebral will deal an extra 2x damage, namely being the friend captain as well as our Crocodile, as well as Robin, Chopper, and Doflamingo. Enemy also has the increased damage taken, of course. The damage is really good, and of course we have the 1.4x, I think, super boss token multiplication, and over 2x for the tickets. Of course, having the friend captain of Robin and Crocodile helps out quite a bit. But let's move on to the next team, which is, in my opinion, much more difficult than this boss. Mainly because there's a lot of different gimmicks. Stage 2 is much more of a problem. We do have to deal with captain swap, which is very annoying. If you don't have your own Robin and Crocodile as your captain, then it's impossible to use captain shift. Captain shift is only available for a character if you have them as your captain or one of your subs. Friend captains do not work, unfortunately. So we have to find another way to get around the crewmate captain swap, and that is going to be Carrot. Carrot's not only great for the captain swap negation, She also provides us with the ability to negate enemy defensive effects, which comes into play for both stage 2 and 3. Besides that, we have some very odd characters here, namely the Hyozo with the Daruma support. You also do need either Alba for chain boost, or you can use any chain boosting support, even the ones that are 0.5. I think you can use the Ashura Zoro as a 0.5 chain booster. That also works. We are using Kaido as the captain. We are mainly using him for his abilities on stage 2. The enemies will have quite a huge amount of them. There's going to be 6 enemies on the side. The main highest HP enemy will have a 2-turn hit barrier. So you want to be making sure that you kill those background enemies with wave clear. Now we do have normal attacks only. So you have to use a character that ignores normal attacks only. Kaido was the best option. So stage 1, also make sure you start off in Crocodile's form. I don't know why I'm saying that. He has universal type advantage anyways. But yeah, stage 2, Mihawk and the baboons. We will get bind, but luckily our Crocodile and Robin captain reduces that. Daruma is essential to ensure that Hyozo himself is freed from special bind. His crewmate only reduces 3 turns of it. You can use his special. That'll remove the 10 turns of remove SFX and the special bind. Honestly, Hyozo is also pretty decent for the other boss fight because he's not only Dex, but he also poisons the enemy. So he's great for getting around the enemy's debuffs. But on this fight, he's great for removing all those defensive effects. All those debuffs. And then beyond this, you can use Carrot special. Do it before Crocodiles because her orb boost is a bit better. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. All we have to do is kill off Mihawk. As you can see, those baboons go flying. We can ignore the enemy's barrier with Carrot's captain ability. And then moving on to the final stage. Of course, Mihawk will heal up. Now, Doflamingo is very useless, I'm pretty sure. Because remember, we are ignoring the enemy's threshold using the captain ability of Carrot. And then we also getting around the resilience with the Crocodile and a Robin poison. So Kobe and Doflamingo are very much just for damage. Any orb booster could really just replace Doflamingo. So as I said, these teams, you really don't need the Doflamingo and the Cabin Boy Kobe. Both of them are kind of just there for points. It's more of a hassle to build around them than anything, if I'm being honest. But Doflamingo is great for damage, don't get me wrong. And the fact that he is a 7 Warlords tagged character means that we get an increased damage taken from the captain ability of Robin and Crocodile. So that's an added bonus. He really does help with damage a lot because he gives us the conditional attack boost, the orb boost, as well as the enemy increased damage taken. We can just use the Cabin Boy Kobe because why not? It really doesn't do anything. It's very important that you have Alba support alongside the chain boundary to get around the 3.5x chain minimum attack down. We don't have an attack boost, but you could just add a support for an attack boost somewhere. There really should be quite a few options for that. But regardless, let's just tap, and it's very easy to kill off. The poison will go through the resilience, and the team works really well. I haven't mentioned this, but these teams work past level 31. So in terms of the gimmicks and the damage, they should be able to go quite far. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about the teams, ask them down below. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.